How do you know when you're in love? I was the other man for a while. A girl I worked with was flirting pretty heavily with me, and we went out. Things were going pretty well until she told me she had a boyfriend. I didn't want to be that guy, so I said we couldn't see each other. She goes on to explain how they are going to break up, and he's not good to her. And all this temptation gave in, and we kept dating for a while until one day she tells me about how she had a bad night. Apparently, she has this condition where it is really hard for her to poop, and it causes her a lot of pain. The boyfriend helped her by pushing on her stomach while she pooped, and it made her feel better somehow. I was like, whoa, that boy loves you. I wouldn't do that shit. I mean, like I'd ask from the other side of the door if you needed anything from the pharmacy, but I'd never push on your stomach while you pooped all of a sudden. It got real to me that he loved her, and I was an ass for being the other man TLDR. You know you are in love when you will help them poop. EDIT. Since this blew up, I'll answer some questions to the flow of PMIS I've been getting. We were all around 18 at the time and have all aged and matured since. Was under the impression they had already broken up but hadn't made it official. That doesn't condone my actions, but explains them a bit. The furthest it got was kissing. I ended up reaching out to the guy who I assumed would beat me up, but he didn't. He later said this whole thing was a wake-up call that he could very well lose her and needed to treat her better. They ended up breaking up for a time and getting back together both and gave the relationship a better try from both sides. They are now married with kids, and we are still in touch and laugh about it a bit. And finally, I don't believe this makes me a shitty person. I think that people who are 18 years old are immature, and that person does not reflect who I am now. A 35-year-old married to a guy BTW, man that has never cheated. I thought I was in love a lot growing up. I feel in love with people after talking to them for a day. I fell in love with everybody. I loved every girl I met and half the boys. But as I got older and got hurt and hurt people, I realized that love isn't that tingly feeling or acting like an idiot or wanting to be around someone all the time. Love is a quiet trust. It is affection built out of familiarity. Love is really, really knowing someone and wanting a life that has them in it, not because of what they can do, but because of what they are. A girl at work asked a bunch of us guys a question like this once. I think the exact question was, when did you know you were going to marry your wife? My answer was, when I realized that my wife is the first woman I've dated that I actually missed when I wasn't with them. That was when I knew I wanted to be with her forever. And then, after about a year of that feeling not changing or going away, I asked her to marry me. Another guy I work with said he saw his wife destroy the fattest loaded burger, down her Texas cheese fries, and then gulp down her beer before ordering another. That was his clue. I guess love comes to each of us differently. For me, it was a quiet inner peace, a feeling that life would be life with her and something far more insignificant without. Just my 2 cents. After 9 years, I asked my dad this when I was dating my first girlfriend. She turned out to be a bitch who jerked me around for months on end. But the advice stayed relevant. You know you are in love when you can no longer imagine living your life without this person. And the idea of spending the rest of tea with them is inviting, not terrifying. My husband proposed to me after realizing that being with me was more important to him than anything else. He had a conversation with a friend who was concerned about his partner taking a job across the country. And my husband realized that in that situation, he wouldn't even have to think about it. If I move, he'd move with me. He quit his job in an instant to be with me. And he looked at the friend and said, I'm going to marry my girlfriend. Probably not what our friend needed to hear at the time, but it worked out well for us. When all the new wears off, you don't have butterflies every time they call or text, or you know you're going to see them. You're not getting all giddy about first in your relationship. You're no longer both on your best behavior. You can see their faults and let them see yours. You've survived a few disagreements. You're not boning every time you catch some alone time. The sex isn't mind-blowing every single time. And after all that, they're still your favorite person. They still think the sun shines out your ass. You still do things for each other, for the simple joy of making them happy. The absence of the rose-colored glasses of new lust hasn't been replaced with resentment. It has evolved into comfort, stability, and security with that person. Edit. I've been gilded. Thanks. I don't know, but I'll tell you about when I took my girlfriend out to eat for her birthday. It was a fondue place, and I felt super out of my element. She loved every second of it. I hated the food. She loved it. I hated the drinks. She loved it. I hated the atmosphere. She loved it. But I loved every second of the evening because she did. I got such great joy from her experiencing her time that I had a great time too. I truly loved this woman, and me being happy because she was happy showed me. When you start to ask questions like, how do you know when you're in love? Dead giveaway. Shit. A lot of these answers describe infatuation. Love, you just kind of know. You're yourself. You don't use one of those fakey boyfriend, girlfriend voices. When you're completely vulnerable, yet comfortable. I've been married 10 years this coming December. I know how I show love and how my wife shows me love. Forgiveness, respect, compromise. Love is holding her hair when she pukes. Not going to bed angry, talking and working through troubles and arguments no matter how difficult the topic. That is key to waking up happy. Not storming off in the middle of an argument. Accepting you're wrong. Undying respect no matter what. You may be super mad at the other person for something entirely their fault. Never lose respect. Forgiveness. Compromise. Doing things the other person enjoys because they enjoy it, and doing it with a smile on your face. Taking risks together. Accepting there are just some things the other person won't do. Compromise. Forgiveness. Respect. Love is not chemical imbalances or physiological changes in your body. Love is the feeling and joy you get when doing things for the other person. Been through this exact thing, and the difference becomes crystal clear after some time passes. Infatuation is like this intense rush where you're constantly thinking about them, checking their social media every 5 minutes, and everything they do seems perfect, even when it's obviously not. Real love develops slower and feels more steady. You start caring about their actual well-being over your own feelings. You can have disagreements without it feeling like the world is ending. And weirdly enough, you're not obsessing over every little interaction anymore. With infatuation, I remember analyzing every text for hidden meanings. But when I actually fell in love, it was more about wanting to support them through whatever they were dealing with. The other big tell is how you feel when they're not around. Infatuation makes you anxious and restless, but love just makes you miss them in a comfortable way. If that makes sense. I'm sure this has been said before, and it's not a unique thought. But the ass-wiping theory has helped a lot of loved ones. Obviously, it depends on how long you've been with a person. But if the person became disabled, or you were more able-bodied when they were older, would you still adore them if you had to wipe their ass? It sounds derogatory, but it's really not. It's just a statement, especially in long-term relationships, on the type of partnership you have. Me and my wife met in HS and are 11 years into our relationship and in our late 20s now. When I first met her, I was extremely infatuated, and so was she. But over time, our relationship has developed more into a stable bond instead of such an emotional head rush. I will say personally too, I realized I loved her when I started thinking more about her genuine well-being outside of me or our relationship, and started viewing her not as my spouse but for the person she was, and still choosing her flaws and all. It's not infatuation if you could take sex completely off the table and still have an incredible time with the person. Extreme illness or postpartum will show you the kind of relationship you have, because sex will be off the table and the true nature of the relationship will shine through. If you can think of that person as one of your best friends and could talk for hours without even thinking about sex, then it isn't infatuation. Ask yourself if you enjoyed their sense of humor, interest, and conversation style. Superficial love is very apparent if you find yourself not enjoying their company or getting bored when you aren't in bed with the person. Also watch for someone that keeps you in the bedroom constantly, because it's easy to mistake if all you guys do is have sex and do nothing wholesome. For me, it was realizing how comfortable I felt around her. I find myself feeling so much more at home around her than I do around others. We fall into a super cute IMO routine whenever we're around each other. Recently, We went on a small vacation, and the hotel breakfast had a small area where you return your plates. And I found myself returning her plates for her sometimes, and she returned my plates for me sometimes too. And there's so many more small examples of this type of stuff too. She's the first person I feel like I could hand my phone to while it's unlocked, and I don't fear her snooping through it. I've always been very careful around sharing my personality, but I find myself feeling so at ease around her. Additionally, I low-key can't take my eyes off of her. I've had crushes and stuff before, but I've never felt so compelled to memorize someone's face like this. When I realized that not everything needed to be romantic or spontaneous or sparkly. Sure, I love the nights out, getting flowers and dancing in the rain. But I recently looked over at him while eating fried chicken in bed watching a scary movie and just thought, wow, I really love this guy. Not with him anymore, but I felt beautiful in my own skin. Even on days where I hadn't showered and was wearing old ratty clothes on my period. I remember looking over to him. We'd just woken up. His hair was messy, eyes were tired, wearing his cozy joggers, and I felt so attracted to him. He felt like home. We could spend days on end with each other, and it never felt enough. I still love him deeply. It's in the quiet moments, the everyday routines, and the subtle nuances that I've come to cherish. There's a sense of comfort, yet never complacency, that settles in. It's feeling completely at ease to be myself, imperfections and all, yet still striving to be the best version of myself for them. It's knowing that we can weather any storm together, yet always finding new ways to grow and evolve both individually and also with each other. Then there's that rush of excitement that courses through me whenever they achieve something significant. Whether it's a small victory or a major milestone, their success becomes a part of my own source of joy. It's not just about being proud of them. It's about feeling genuinely thrilled to see them shine and that craving for their natural scent. It's like being drawn to a familiar song, a scent that lingers on my skin and fills me with warmth and longing. It's not something that can be replicated or replaced. It's uniquely theirs. An intoxicating blend of comfort and desire that instantly makes me feel at home. It's in the way. They make me feel inspired and utterly content all at once. Just talking to her from day one made me happy. Hell, I didn't even think it was love then. It was just feeling excited to see someone after years of avoiding people. She just got me on multiple levels. One day we were chilling at my place. A random dumb joke was made, no different from any other day, and she laughed. In that moment, in that tiny, poorly lit room of a mid-20s dude, there was no brighter place on earth for all the light she brought to me. I knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with her. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss daily stories. Share how you fell in love. Leave a comment. See you in the next videos. Bye.